Imagine discovering an ancient artifact that could rewrite history as we know it. In Jerusalem, a mysterious seal has been unearthed, and many believe it might be linked to one of David's legendary warriors. Could this be the proof we've been searching for, confirming the existence of a figure from biblical times? In this video, we'll dive into the details behind this groundbreaking discovery, revealing its significance and the theories surrounding it. Are you someone who loves uncovering hidden truths and challenging the status quo? Have you ever wondered how ancient history connects to modern life? By watching this video, you'll not only learn about an extraordinary discovery, but also gain a deeper understanding of how these ancient finds impact our view of the past, and perhaps even how we see ourselves today. Stay with us, because this story holds more twists and revelations than you can imagine. If you're curious about history, fascinated by archaeology, or seeking answers to age-old mysteries, this video is for you. Could this seal prove the existence of one of David's valiant warriors? Or is it something even more mysterious? Stay tuned, because by the end, you might see the Bible and history in a whole new light. In the last month, an astonishing discovery in the field of biblical archaeology has reignited the ongoing debate about the connection between biblical accounts and historical evidence. During excavations near the southern wall of the Temple Mount in Jerusalem, archaeologists from the Israel Antiquities Authority uncovered a rare stone seal, dated to approximately 2,700 years ago. This artifact belongs to the period of the First Temple, which was built by King Solomon. The significance of this discovery goes beyond its age and rarity, as the seal also contains information suggesting a potential link to one of David's mighty warriors. Now, you've probably heard of David's mighty men, those legendary warriors who stood by his side during the time he was fleeing from King Saul. These were not just ordinary soldiers, but were renowned for their exceptional strength and loyalty. However, many skeptics dismiss the existence of such biblical figures, viewing them as mere legends. Yet, whenever new discoveries emerge that could shine light on these historical records, public interest spikes. In the case of David's mighty men, skeptics argue they were mythical warriors, fabricated to glorify the Israelites' past. On the other hand, believers who trust in the Bible's accuracy see discoveries like this as vital pieces of historical truth. So, what exactly was found, and does it really offer proof of a warrior from biblical times? That's the focus of today's video. To start, let's dive into the artifact itself. The seal is made of basalt and engraved with the image of a winged figure, which researchers have identified as a protective demon commonly seen in Neo-Assyrian culture. The figure is depicted with long curly hair, wearing something akin to a helmet or crown, and has an outstretched arm, perhaps once holding an object. Interestingly, the use of winged figures in art was widespread in Assyrian culture between the 9th and 7th centuries BC, often symbolizing protection. However, what truly puzzled archaeologists was the fact that this object was discovered in Jerusalem, and the Paleo-Hebrew inscription on the seal. The text reads Joezer ben Rosaro, which translates to belonging to Yoah, son of Rosaro. This inscription seems hastily added, lacking the precision of the engraved winged figure, possibly indicating that it was inscribed later, maybe when the son inherited the seal from his father. Either way, this detail suggests that the seal belonged to a high-ranking figure in the Kingdom of Judah, perhaps even a military officer. Now, why is this inscription so important? Some scholars believe that this name, Joezer, could be linked to one of David's mighty warriors, or perhaps one of their descendants. But before we get into that, it's crucial to understand the significance of seals during biblical times. Seals played a central role in the administrative, commercial, and personal affairs of the ancient world. They were small objects, often made of stone or metal, used to authenticate documents, mark property, or secure valuable items. These seals symbolized authority and power, ensuring the legitimacy of transactions. In ancient Israel, such seals were primarily used by the elite, those in political, religious, or commercial positions of power. You could think of these seals as personal signatures, validating official documents in a time when literacy was a rare skill. The seal's imprint was typically stamped on clay tablets or documents to guarantee their authenticity. But beyond their practical administrative use, seals often held spiritual significance as well. Many were engraved with names, titles, or religious symbols like mythical creatures, serving as both an official mark and a form of protection. In fact, the seal found in Jerusalem has a small hole, suggesting that it may have been worn as a personal amulet, hanging from a cord. The Bible makes multiple references to the use of seals, confirming their importance in daily and religious life. One notable example can be found in the book of Genesis, where the seal belonging to Judah, one of Jacob's sons, played a pivotal role in identifying him during a dispute with his daughter-in-law, Tamar. This story underscores how seals were more than just symbols of authority. They were personal markers of identity. For those unfamiliar with this part of the Bible, Tamar, after being widowed by two of Judah's sons, was left in a vulnerable position. Judah promised her marriage to his third son, but when he didn't fulfill that promise, she disguised herself and tricked him into giving her his seal, cord, and staff as a pledge. Later, when her pregnancy was discovered, these items were used to identify Judah as the father, further demonstrating the importance of seals as unquestionable signatures of identity. Another example of seal significance is found in the book of Esther. In this account, the Persian king used his royal seal to approve a decree that threatened the Jewish people, and later, the same seal was used to authorize their rescue. This shows how seals were not only personal signatures, but also central tools in governance and justice. The seal discovered in Jerusalem, dating back to the First Temple period, offers a fascinating glimpse into the cultural exchanges of the time. This was a period marked by Assyrian dominance, and their art, including depictions of protective winged creatures, heavily influenced neighboring cultures, including Judah. Although the people of Judah maintained their monotheistic beliefs, elements of foreign cultures, especially among the elite, were sometimes incorporated into their practices. This seal, with its Assyrian-style engraving, reflects the complex relationship between the two kingdoms. But what's important to understand is that the concept of demons in Assyrian culture was different from the way we view demons today. In the Neo-Assyrian context, these beings were often seen as protectors, similar to the jinn in Arab culture or even angels. So, when reports mention that this seal contains a winged demon, it doesn't imply that the official who owned it was worshiping an evil entity in the Judeo-Christian sense. Instead, it was likely seen as a protective figure, not a symbol of malevolence. As we near the end of this video, we must address the question: could this seal have belonged to one of David's mighty men? Some researchers are exploring this possibility because of the name inscribed on the seal. The name Yo is a variation of a name that appears in the biblical list of David's warriors in 1 Chronicles 12 verse 7. In this list, one of David's trusted warriors is named Joezer, which could correspond to the name on the seal. While it's an intriguing theory, it remains just that, a theory. It's possible that the seal belonged to this warrior or to one of his descendants, as the seal dates to a time slightly after David's reign. However, without further evidence, it's also possible that the seal simply belonged to another prominent figure of that era. Now that we've explored this discovery, what do you think? Could this seal have belonged to one of David's mighty warriors, or perhaps one of their descendants? Let us know your thoughts in the comments.